yemra eyenkran ha say ni enko eye Supreme Court nanu adem be busome kakra ni na beto odwa se mpanimfo bi no mo omo MPP amanyuku ni mu ni ade ensem yakodan court se Ghana hanum say no amanyuku dodo na ewa ha no ye wo kwan bi a yefa so to aba what I say the Delegate Electoral College no say be yi bia presidential candidate and as a parliamentary candidate and ye honum no ene ye koko season de ma delegate for and ye am a delegate and ye we kwa no awai aya montoma me we kwa no awai aya montoma me ni ade na ye onya ye ranya otamaklo waka ho bie ene nkofo a wo ede nsem no kodan ye court na me no ka say Supreme Court akasa de afa mo chim say de tinton tan abato aye to a delegate nko na ekoto aba ni koyi representative ne de ba age general elections ansana supporters in etimi enye bia to ne de emma so biem unconstitutional embrani mu no enye sa na tie intuition squeeze so I was say Supreme Court upholds suit by Frimpong Boateng Nyahotamaklo and Amwakunuama declares delegate system unconstitutional, orders political parties to let all members vote in primaries. And they say, baby, no primaries so MPP for there. But one thing about this is that court na say one more can say primaries be akoso that say MPP for there akoso na issues be enche den hu there and yeah, it is still valid. But subsequently no primaries and say my parliamentary presidential primaries and parliamentary primaries MPP for be ye no obi a we NPP ni mapa bia wo kra party card betimi akoto aba nipa wo pese wo ye can say ne constituency rep for parliament. Into so to the NDC, so to any other political party into the time where say no delegates be a nipa kakrebi and I mean me constituency executive and me na me delegate me na me kotwa ba me na me kire say presidential primaries ye ne ko kire nipa oba be gina manyuko nanim no ye twam for all the parties in MPP nko a na no na Dr. Nyahotamaklo akasa se na ni age papa na decision we ya Supreme Court de abeto dwane eno na kire se kebi ma minke bia memu ni ye adwuma enye de ye beja a certain few people so mo nkonkoto aba no na omo aka ne tie kire enti yekofa ayi sebe ba fine crab esi wase wonu na ogina party nanim a na wo se ye koto de ma ba fine bia na me so mempe enti enkotie Dr. Nyahotamaklo enchiremu a odi amasansem we.
I think what took place today, to me, if this nation really wants a meritorious democracy, then we should all be happy. Other than that, our democracy will get nowhere. I'm glad judgment was given in our favor. I'm also glad that we have left, or we are going to leave something for the next generation. But if democracy must continue, then it must be meritorious. Other than that, it has no meaning. Those of us who have suffered under military regimes, been to prison for years, not a year. It's unfortunate Kwame Pianim is not here today, but I'm sure he's watching, who spent more than 12 years of his life behind bars. I spent 6 years. That's a long. We started since Kutua Champon time, through Rollins time. So this means a lot to us. I believe strongly political parties are going to learn a lesson from this. And they should know that the will of the people can never be changed. You cannot buy your way to office. That is untenable. So I think that's all that I'll say.
I was here, Dr. Nyahotamaklo, and I watch him say, the era of buying your way into the office is over. I Brebi Besubo said, I say, and ye better no, and I assume I see my delegate for be or by Obama will be a 500, and away my way 20, and Sabe, about one no Ebrebeson will be to me, say, oh, when your best, 1,000 na 1,000 to a delegate for yes mukoko season abewie ye sebe ye kan no beka se no afei e na kebi minke bia mamu no ebe abeye adwuma e wo man Ghana mu ente say the primaries is not just for a selected few, it's for the entire party supporters and party members. Ye na ye kotoaba no. Enti say primaries da ye nim nyina nim say enche dey 2028 election prior to it NDC bear primaries MPP ayefa akafa omo beto so other parties enso de omo ebe primaries ni ade a ene say dey enye delegate electoral system ebiem e bi che say this is very good. Now ni nyina mu no say dey ye di kan board the rama dada no say former MASLOC CEO Mama Sedina Ationu ade a ene amene wo kase de court of appeal are discharging no acquitting no of all charges leveled against her at this point. They say 10 years imprisonment in there it has fallen inside water. Na no and ebino mo che say yenim say enche ensentro nse mu de be koso from a certain angle of the wing ena za omondi ehwamo me no ka say krata tenten a ababeton monten so from the minority in parliament MPP waye pa abusuan say wo hwensem na eba ne de a na we the New Patriotic Party headquarters also for immediate release woman twen kra man from amfa so the acquittal and discharge of Sedinam Tamaklu Ationu, a travesty of justice and further evidence of a politicized justice system. So muchema we evidence ma me no majai ni case no enough evidence to show say Ghana say yen judicial system no ayamanyosem. Judicial system is supposed to be an independent body. Inte say no omusha said the nyama akoko ne dia na say judicial system ni ndene ho ebiem MPP for na eka say. Now see the New Patriotic Party has learned with utter shock and dismay of the decision of the Court of Appeal today, Thursday, 30th July 2026, to acquit and discharge Madam Sedina Christine Tamaklu Ationu, the former chief executive officer of the Microfinance and Small Loans Center, MASLOC, who was convicted by the High Court in April 2024 on multiple counts of stealing, causing financial loss to the state, money laundering, and breaches of the Public Procurement Act, and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment. In the 2024 April, nimu enamami High Court etina nasem so etwa 10 years the man is and say charges bia ye de born no na che say wodi efo ewo ho, that is causing financial loss, money laundering, breaches, and the keke ka ho say the aboboso no na emprempren na say bi omotensem foforo enti eno asem no mo kan say let the facts speak for themselves. Madam Tamaklu Ationu was tried by a competent court of jurisdiction over a period of 5 years. The trial court, after a painstaking examination of the evidence, found that her conduct as CEO of MASLOC between 2013 and 16 occasioned a loss of 90 million Ghana cedis to the Ghanaian taxpayer. She fled the jurisdiction while on trial, was convicted in absentia, and had to be extradited from the United States of America at a great cost and effort, only to arrive in Ghana on 9th June 2026. Barely 7 weeks later, she walks free. Into omu chema asemo asebe womu di mfinshia enum eno omu di edi asemo no. On pes MDC for peso omu kache na say Court of Appeal peso omu kache say no 5 years ni nyina no sa asem no mudi ye no kromo ndi ni nukrem asem no mudi ye na evidence ni nye papa abra o musu se nipa no 90 million Ghana cedis e na afa nensa ase ama Ghana ya hwiri se sika we nyina na nipa yi sabe wakwacha ama no ne ya bona bona fi 2024 wa bedura sabe 7 weeks pen e betwa mu na mo se mo akwete no sesen MPP for Swamuntiasie. Now, indeed, anyone who has carefully read the judgment of her leadership, Justice Efiasewa Asari Buchi, convicting Madam Tamaklu Ationu, will appreciate the sheer weight of evidence that was available to the court and which led to the conviction. The judgment meticulously details count after count the fraudulent disbursement, the unaccounted for funds including monies meant for loan beneficiaries and for victims of the countermountain market disaster, as well as the deliberate schemes by which the resources of MASLOC were diverted into a chemwa. Her ladyship Justice Afia Sewasa Ribuchi wano notna ma me sedina SME so ewo high court ni chemwa share the judgment yi kratana beto ja uka mu yie pa be hu se asem no moyi no one mu accordingly sika sebe finance say the na sebe loan beneficiaries for their cantamanto for edwashi yo musika na wo so mo nsa kan kwedi omo ho sebe MASLOC sika bia wo mo transfer ye without traces ni ade nsem bebre no echese mami no kra ni se wodi for enso ene yesi there be now say that a conviction anchored on such an abundance of evidence could be overturned in this manner defies logic, law, and common sense. Enti say, and same when you na no putuprumu na yetimi dani asem we ni se ya mani ye dia na chese emrano omo ebu emrano eso aseba MPP4 eka enonezo munze baby asem na keka kwane de sune they can't agree. Now so the MPP states with equivocation that this acquittal is politically motivated, orchestrated, and planned into omo de omo tiremu a we nkwa de amanyokuo bi techire omo sheda eno omo hihye to ho bia from the time crowd omo sheda itene baye no munim de omo hihye so omo planning bibia de ato was and MPP4 come. The speed and convenience with which this matter has been disposed of, coming so soon after her extradition and against the backdrop of the conduct of the Attorney General since January 2025, leaves no room for any other conclusion. Into which you said ade no just empofrim him asem frama no ayeye ama sebi asem na dane ni ade Attorney General nso niema bi a wo ye February 2025 January ni ade kama say yes supi say kululu bi akoso amanyukuo bi na techire according to MPP4. Now this is a travesty of justice in the truest sense of phrase and makes a mockery of the years of investigative work by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, the diligence of trial courts, the resources expended on her extradition, and above all the right of the Ghanaian people to see the public purse protected. And says so moon say ne be kwa ne dia na so omu di yokofo ho fel cause emre santia yokofo di si wo de ye hwehwemu de fa MASLOC CEO ho former MASLOC CEO ho eni sika akomu a omotimi di extraditing the free US abedru Ghana ha sei na ne nyina mu no sabe mo pese mo kire se asem no mo abo ato atwene ne de na se kire se de emra no enye adwuma e wo krodue mu ha biem enti MPP4 ense wo mo kan kwa kosi nyina ne se de MASLOC CEO former MASLOC CEO na sem no adane no bibi ewu mu enti wo mo de nya de a wo mo ebeti ase Attorney General nso se oko Supreme Court enti ye hwe baby ansem wi ebeko akwa kudru now yenko